I'm so excited to be here. Can you guys hear me?
Absolutely, thumbs up.
Awesome. So I have to tell you something. And if this isn't a sign from the universe, I don't know what is. But while Deb was introducing me, I think we had a little mini earthquake. My whole room just shook. And my husband just texted me and said, "Did you feel that?" So either a giant trash truck drove by, or we just had an earthquake. And I'm going to take that as a sign that we are rocking today. So, yes. And here I am. I am thrilled to be here with all of you ladies with the Celebrating Women Summit 262 series. Can you say that 3 times really fast?
Yeah.
And I'm sandwiched between Butta B. Rocca and Rona Goodman. So talk about humbled. But yes,
Mhm.
I've been hanging out since about 10 a.m. So I've been watching everybody and learning from everybody and soaking it in. What a fantastic group of women. I mean, every single one of you is unique and gifted and keeping a secret. Mhm. A secret you were actually born to share. I mean, I have a secret too. It's about who I am. Although Deb already told you some of my secrets, but I'll tell you a few more. I'm bossy. I'm controlling. And sometimes I'm passive aggressive. I'm not proud of it. I'm detail oriented and I'm hardworking. I'm silly, creative, and passionate. I have a natural ability to understand how things work. And as a result, I can offer unique solutions to complex business problems. And on my first date with my husband, I told him, listen, I'm quite disruptive, and some say I'm an acquired taste. And yeah, he still wanted a second date. So woo, right on. My sweet passive being the key word, right, was all in. So talk about balance. I mean, we totally balance each other out. And you know what? You have a secret too. This is something inside of you that you actually want the world to know. It's something so intrinsic that you're not even sure where it came from.
Mm.
Well, my darlings, that's your brand. And we're going to talk about that today. So let's dive in. But first, I have a question for you. Who here, let me know in the chat, who here is using AI? If you're using AI, let me know in the
A
chat.
little bit, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah? Excellent. Okay. I got to come clean. That was a trick question because the truth is, we are all using AI every day, knowingly or unknowingly, because it's folded into so many of our apps and our devices. But
Mm.
here's the thing, it's awesome because you can create tons of brilliant content. You can increase your visibility and you can get further faster. But here's the key. And if you don't listen to anything else I say today, hear this. If you are generating content, AI generated content, you need to make sure that your AI assistant knows and understands your secret. This is who you are on the inside, your brilliant, authentic self, your brand. So today I want to help you tap into that bright, shiny brilliance. How does that sound?
Great.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Wendy Barr. I'm the CEO and founder of Intelligent Brands and the Women's Business Link Global Network. I've been doing this a long time, like 20 plus years. I owned a successful marketing and promotions business for a dozen years, and I worked with clients like RCA Records, MTV, Rockefeller Center, Magazine, even MTV on their business branding, and marketing strategies. I have an MS in branding and marketing, and I was a college professor for the Art Institutes for many years. I'm married to my very best friend for almost 11 years now. Yeah, same guy that wanted the second date. And we have a gorgeous 15-year-old dog named Marley. Be still my heart. I believe in diversity, equality, and freedom of speech. I love technology, puzzles, art, rock and roll, dogs, travel, beach, and comedy. I love comedy. I was raised by entrepreneurs. My grandfather owned a pawn shop, and my mom owned several businesses, including a record store and a head shop. And for those of you that are too young to recognize the term, well, a head shop used to be the place where you would go and buy paraphernalia with which to smoke your weed. Thanks, Mom. Yeah. So I literally came out of the womb as an entrepreneur. And I would consider myself an early adopter, but the truth is, I have always loved change and innovation, and I rarely have the same thing for lunch 2 days in a row. I've been using AI in my business for several years now. And in 2023, I started experimenting with all the ways that small business owners and entrepreneurs could use AI to get further faster. Yes. And the short answer is, do you know? Branding. Right. Branding. But if you don't understand your brand, you can't prompt your AI assistant to speak in your brand voice. So let's start with the basics. I'm just looking at if any of you know. Oh, Brenda. Let's start with the basics, okay? What is branding? Well, branding is a perception. It lives and breathes in the mind of your public. So whatever people are thinking and saying about your brand, guess what? That actually is your brand. Branding is the persona of a company. It's a mechanism used to tap into your unique distinctions. And at the end of the day, branding is about being remembered, relatable, and building a fan base. It can attract your ideal client like a magnet. Listen, things have changed. And while we've all been using AI inside of many of our apps and devices for several years now, in 2023, from major corporations to junior high students to little old entrepreneurs like us, we came face to face with AI, and it became accessible to everyone. So whether you want to dip your toe in the water or you want to dive all in, today I want to share with you 3 action steps that you need to take now to create AI-generated content that actually connects emotionally with your dream client. This is the very first thing I work on with my clients. And we've talked a lot about that today, about connection and about understanding your ideal client and about being authentic. And the best part is that you don't need a huge marketing team to make that happen. No, you just need one. Oops, that's 2. One well-informed AI assistant, and that's it. You have one well-informed AI assistant, and you don't need a huge marketing team. Would that be helpful? Let me know. Let me know in the chat if you feel like that would be helpful to you. Listen, AI is having a big impact on businesses and on the job market. Many people are concerned that AI will replace humans and take our jobs. Well, that's true and false, right? Actually, humans will be replaced by humans who master the use of AI, because AI cannot replace human creativity and innovation. So how does this affect you, right? Well, your business model will never be the same. And I talk to business owners every single day. These are some of the questions that I get. Wendy, AI is so broad. Oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. I don't even know where to begin. Or is it okay to share my proprietary information with AI? Well, can it save me money? Well, can it make me money? Is it worth investing my time? And my favorite is, how do I make it sound like me? Yes, artificial intelligence is accessible to all, and most forward-thinking business owners are thrilled because they see it as a way to get some of their time back, and rightfully so. They're experimenting by generating design elements and AI content so much content, but they noticed quickly that it felt canned and bland and boring and just like everyone else's content, right? So they started learning how to prompt by saying things like, write this in the voice of Oprah Winfrey or Lisa Nichols or Michelle Obama. And that was fun. But do you see a problem with that? Yeah, me too. Because if you're not Oprah or Lisa or Michelle, well, the content you're generating is not speaking from your own unique brand voice. Listen, over the last few years, post-pandemic, and now with AI, the relationship between consumers and business brands has changed dramatically. There's a dynamic between the two that never really existed before. And with AI-generated content being so mainstream, the consumer is looking for connection and transparency. They want to know what their brands stand for. Today's consumer has big expectations for the businesses that they support. Do you agree? And if businesses don't show up with that human element and the ability for the audience to connect emotionally, they simply won't be able to survive because a logo or AI generated content without the brand voice and personality to make it feel human and approachable is like a gorgeous outfit on a mannequin, right? There's nothing under the decor to substantiate the brand. And so therefore the conversation will just fall flat. It has to. Now, tell me in the chat if you've ever had a conversation with a mannequin. Tell the truth now, come on. Here's the problem. Without developing a brand personality, a brand voice that's relatable and teaching your AI assistant to speak in your brand voice, when the consumer steps up to interact with your brand, they get lost because there's no unique differentiation. There's no clear brand positioning. There's no messaging framework. Therefore, there is no path to follow. So if you're using ChatGPT without teaching her, and I'm positive she's female, what your brand voice should sound like, you are speaking to everyone and therefore no one at all. Customers, clients, people want to do business with people, and they want the brands that they choose to be in alignment with their own personal value system. And the truth is, if your business can't engage on that level, you won't be able to connect and impact those that need you the most. Now that's a problem. So today I'm going to share 3 important steps that you need to take to dial in your personal brand, especially if you're using AI to generate content on your behalf. Okay, let me know in the chat if you're ready. Are you ready? Okay. Step number one is your brand voice. We've been talking about it. Before you can truly take your AI out for a spin, you have to teach her who you are as a brand. So yes, you have to make some important decisions regarding your own brand voice and tone for your business. And there's a recipe. I don't know about you, but I do like a good recipe. Okay, now the truth is I never use a recipe. I don't have the patience. Okay, so you take your distinct personality. Now, this is your secret we talked about, your distinct personality. You add it to your unique love language. Okay, now these are words or phrases that you use often in conversation. All right, like I noticed Deb said jazz hands, right? So like these are words and phrases you use often in conversation. And you add that to your tone of voice. Now, what's your tone of voice? Think it's not what you say, but how you say it, right? Like, do you remember when you were a kid and you could read the changes in your mom's tone of voice? Uh-huh, yep, I know I could, because I was always in trouble. So you put those things together and that equals your brand voice. And then you'll share these details with your AI. And if you are anti-AI, you have to share these brand details with your human assistant. Treat it like a friendship that you're building, right? What would you share with a new friend to help them get to know you better? And I get it. Your brand voice, each of you, your brand voice is different. And I get that, but it doesn't really matter if I get it, does it? What matters is that your brand voice resonates with your ideal client. So I guess you need to know who your audience is, right? Yep, that's step two, your ideal client. Knowing your ideal client goes way beyond demographics. Your client is on a journey, right? And it's your job to understand them on a deeper level, right? Not just that they're 35 and live in the suburbs. What are their goals? What are they really trying to achieve? What are their deepest desires? What do they secretly wish for? What are their challenges? What's really going on in their lives? What are their fears? And what does failure look like to them? And what are the emotional repercussions to either getting or not getting their problem solved? I mean, don't assume that you know what their struggles are until you really do, right? And guess what? If we take some time on the front end to really develop the persona of our ideal client, AI can take that info and run with it. And again, this is another exercise I do with my clients so that they can include this info in their brand voice details when they're developing their marketing assets. Yes. So nothing makes me happier than to work closely with a business owner who is sitting on a gold mine of untapped brilliance, right? The moment that they go from feeling invisible and small in the marketplace to feeling powerful, visible, popular, and profitable. Now, instead of chasing their ideal client, or instead of chasing their ideal prospect, even, they are attracting their ideal client with ease. And that is so incredibly rewarding. So, if you are in that place, if you are resonating with anything that I'm saying here, and you are a business owner and you are thinking, gosh, I am right directly there, and you want business growth, consistent sales, and attracting your ideal client like a magnet, let's have a conversation about it. I'm going to drop this in the chat real quick. So there's no formatting because that's just the way it goes. So this is our Profit Booster brand assessment. It was created to help you get there. It's a laser-focused one-on-one consult call to identify your unique distinctions and next steps. It's a detailed exploration of your business model and brand identity. It's an $197 value. So you could just click on there. This is yours totally free. And you're thinking, well, Wendy, you can't count because you didn't give me tip 3. I'm coming up with tip 3. Okay, that brings us to your unique differentiation. This is your super sassy, secret inner unicorn, right? Make sure that all the while, as you develop your brand voice and identify your dream client, that you are building out offerings that focus on your own uniqueness. I made that word up. Don't be like anyone else, right? Just be like you. Because you can't say the wrong thing to the right people, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong people, period. So what is it that you do differently? Why would a consumer choose your business over your competitor? Is your brand personality memorable? Okay, think about Dove soap, right? Dove's brand voice is empowering and uplifting. It appeals to the natural beauty of women, focusing on the emotional side of the brand, emphasizing that women come in all shapes, sizes, and colors, and that all of them are beautiful. And poopery, right? Poopery is brilliant at subtly pointing out the fact that, yes, indeed, women poop. Even elegant British women, yep, they poop. It's brilliant marketing, seriously. So what makes you and your business unique? Are you authentically you in your marketing? Are you relevant? Does your brand evoke emotion and connection? Well, go deep here because these are your unique distinctions. Listen, we cannot put the AI genie back in the bottle. I'm sorry, but she's out there and she is soaring at speeds. We do that, us women. So with or without you, she is taking flight. So you have to take action. So just experiment. A couple people ask me how they can dip their toe in the water. Just experiment. Try out a couple of use cases for your specific business. Identify some of the most redundant, time-consuming tasks that you or your team do regularly, and then try using AI. Just one use case at a time. You might be surprised. And I know that all of you are busy. I get it. You already have enough on your plate, and now you're like, oh, great. Now I have to learn something else. Geez, just learned how to use my smartphone. Don't worry, I got you. We work with entrepreneurs at all different levels, and if you're feeling like you need some ongoing support with this, just call me, reach out to me. You can connect with me on social media. You don't even have to just follow. You can actually connect and friend me. I'll say yes. Seriously, just reach out. But remember, relevant, compelling branding that attracts and connects emotionally with your ideal client is truly a game changer. It will allow you the opportunity to impact the world with your unique brilliance, with or without AI. They're waiting for you. Phew, that was a lot of info, right? And I know what you're thinking. You want to know how to take all of this information and turn it into lasting transformation for you and your business. So I want you to be able to document your progress. So I created a guide. So whether you're just getting started with AI or you're already swimming in the deep end, this is for you. It's called 3 Tips to Amplify Your Brand. And I'm going to pop that in the chat as well. There you go. Remember this. There is no one like you in the world. Oh, I didn't send it. There we go. Even if your business has competitors or your business concept has been developed by others, yours is unique. Nobody does what you do the same way you do it. No 2 business models are identical. Why? Because this super secret sassy unicorn is you. It's always been you. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh,
That was fun.
that was fun. Thank you. I feel invigorated.
Me too.
I know, right? That was like,
I have one of my, I see one of my clients in the audience, Magdalena. Hi, my love. Thank you for your support. I appreciate her.
It's always so nice when you see people you know. It helps. Maybe that's why. No, she's always that excited. I'm gonna make my little prize question here, Kathleen.
Oh my gosh, how fun. What a fire hose of information. I love the energy. It's so good. And for all of us that, maybe been dabbling in AI, you're giving us all the tools we need to really get deep into it. I love that. And I have played with it and I do think it's fun, but finding my message perfectly is obviously the key.
Dialing that in, is and I know I didn't mention this, but we have a mastermind called the Impactors Global Mastermind. That's what Magdalena is in my mastermind, and we have a lot of fun in there. And if you're interested, I can pop that in the chat.